It's the postseason, which means every game is win and advance or lose and go home. It'll be a long 6 weeks, but in the end, the best of the best will meet at AT&T Stadium to play for championships. We start off the warm-up by previewing not only some excellent first-round matchups, but what teams have the toughest road to state. Let's start with 5A Division I Region 2, otherwise known as the Region of Doom. Check out some of these teams: Lone Star, Highland Park, Lancaster, McKinney North, Lufkin, Timberview, Independence, The Colony. All capable of making long runs with a few title contenders as well, and all in the same region. And it starts off with Lancaster playing The Colony in round 1. Both teams have been in our top 5 rankings and both are loaded with D1 talent. Can the Tigers' stud cornerbacks stop the Cougars' triplets of Miles Price, Keith Miller, and Christian Gonzalez? That Thursday night tilt should be on everyone's watch list. In 6A Division I, Region 1, Duncanville will be attempting to maneuver their way to another shot at a state title. However, their main roadblocks come in the form of South Lake Carroll, Arlington Martin, and DeSoto. There's a good chance of DeSoto meeting the Dragons in round 2, but one of the most intriguing first-round matches is Arlington-Lamar vs. Trinity. The Trojans won 3-6A, but even at 9-1, they haven't looked as dominant as years past, which leaves a chance for Jack Dawson and Trayvon West to sneak into Pennington Field and pull off the upset. In 6A Division I Region 2, everyone is waiting for the potential rematch of Allen and Rockwall in round 2. It was a thriller last year with Allen pulling it out down the stretch. The winner of this game should find themselves in the regional final. It'll be interesting to see if Rockwall can make a couple of stops against Raylan Sharp and the Green Twins of Allen. In the 6A Division II Region 1, many feel the winner of a potential second-round game between Denton Guyer and Cedar Hill could show us the region champion. However, with Marcus Bowie or Amarillo Tuscosa looming in the bottom half of the region, it won't be an easy task. First-round matchup of note in this region is Hebron vs. Guyer. The Wildcats stacked their non-district schedule to be ready for games like this. And with Cadrick Cobbs in the backfield, they are a formidable opponent. However, this one depends on which Hebron team shows up. If the ultra-focused team led by defensive back Darius Snow and quarterback Carson Harris takes the field, this one might not be decided until the fourth quarter. 5A Division I Region 1, and this looks like it's going to be all Denton Ryan. The Raiders could go 14 weeks without a competitive game. Azle, Crowley, Colleyville Heritage, and Birdville all have put together nice seasons, but they'll need to have the game of their lives to beat Ryan. And finally, Class 5A Division II Region 2 is usually Aledo's to lose, but the Bearcats have shown some cracks in the armor. Teams that might try to take advantage of this is Ennis, South Oak Cliff, Red Oak, and Denton Braswell. One of the best first-round matchups of the week is Braswell versus Corsicana. This will be the Bengals' first ever playoff game, and they are going up against seasoned head coach Hal Watson and the Tigers. Should be a great game, but look for Braswell to pull it out at home. Some great 4A matchups in the first round this week are Melissa versus Wilmer Hutchins and Carrollton Ranchview versus Salina. As the playoffs begin, so does our postseason awards. Let's take a look back at some of our favorite bobbleheads we gave out this year. By far, our best looking bobblehead was Lakeview Centennial running back Kamar Wheaton. Wheaton's bobblehead was so similar to his actual look, it was hard to tell them apart. Well, except for the size. Two of the best receivers in the state got bobbleheads on our show as well. Lone Star's Marvin Mims and Rockwall's Jackson Smith-Njigba. It was Smith-Njigba's second career bobblehead. Chandler Morris was one of the first bobbleheads. We had to go off campus to get it to him, but he still loved it. Look forward to seeing some sweet postseason bobbleheads to be given out over the next 6 weeks of playoffs. Let's take a look at our final rankings of the season as we head into the playoffs. Duncanville finished off a perfect regular season and will welcome South Grand Prairie to Panther Stadium for the first round matchup. The Panthers are ranked number 1. At number 2 is South Lake Carroll, who also finished undefeated. The Dragons will take on Louisville this Friday to start off their playoff run. At 3 is the Allen Eagles. Saxe is their first round opponent on Friday night. Coming in at 4 is the Geyer Wildcats, and they have a tough one against Hebron in the first round. And Rockwall will hope its offense can carry them throughout the playoffs. Our 5th ranked team opens the postseason versus Harker Heights. 5A Lone Star will begin their playoff run the same way they did last year, with a matchup against Mansfield Legacy. The Rangers are ranked number 1. The Ryan Raiders are at 2, and they will have a Thursday night home game with Granbury. Highland Park is ranked 3rd as they won another district title. The Scots have Frisco Wakeland in the first round. Coming in at 4 is Aledo, who, like the previous 3 teams, also won a district title. The Bearcats have a home matchup with Kimball to start off their playoff run. And finally, Lancaster is our 5th ranked team. Possibly the best first round matchup on the docket awaits the Tigers as they take on the Colony Thursday night. We're not done yet. Still need to kick that extra point. We're going to go into some college hoops first. Tyrese Maxey has been killing it with Kentucky. He's taken the NCAA by storm. Maxey was also named the SEC Freshman of the Week this week. A huge win for the Flower Mound Marcus Marauders as they brought back the axe, beating Louisville. And their walk-off win celebration was just as big as their win. That's all we have for this week's episode. To stay up to date with all things inside high school sports, follow our social media accounts. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That'll get you ready for the highlight of the sports weekend. Wingstop Inside High School Sports, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5, hosted by Pat Johnny. Thank you for watching The Warmup, presented by your GEICO local agents. To find the office nearest you, go to geico.com/DFW. I'm Ashley Bullington, and I hope I've gotten you warmed up and given you that playoff fever.